there is a lot of ambiguity. If I have dollars and you have euros, we would like to exchange. This is permissible in Islam with one condition, and that is that it has to be hand to hand. It has to be physical. I cannot say, okay, I accept this transaction, I'll give you the money after half an hour. This is haram. The transaction is void. It has to be simultaneous, give and take.
So, what the Shaykh has said here is a bit of a mixture of multiple things going on. And it's important to break it down properly to understand things correctly. So, he mentioned the issue of yad and biyad, hat and baha, as in immediately, hand to hand, when you're exchanging currencies. Not when you're buying something, just exchanging currencies. So if you do euros to pounds, pounds to dollars, dollars to yuan, gold for silver, silver for gold, gold for pounds, it has to be instant hand to hand. You can't, like you said, take the gold and say, I'll bring in the money later on today. Can't do that. But money, as in fiat, comes in multiple forms. We have it in the cash form, which is what he's kind of alluding to here. We also have it in the bank form. So again, we have this convolution of a mixing of Bitcoin being cash and Bitcoin being a bank deposit, which it isn't. Bitcoin behaves like a bank deposit. It doesn't behave like cash. So yeah, if I went to Saudi Arabia, I went to Umrah, and I went to those sarraf, those money exchange places, and I said, I have some pounds, can I have some reals? I give him the pounds, give him the reals, like that. Done. He can't say to me, give me your pounds, I'll give you money later on. That's what he's saying is incorrect. But that also occurs with Bitcoin. So I could transfer £100 of Bitcoin to their wallet, and when they receive it, I get the money. So the way I can receive it, so there's I guess you could say I have here 4 different ways in which you can transfer Bitcoin. So number 1, I can just send it to their wallet and it'll be confirmed within 10 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. And then once it's confirmed, just exchange your money and that's it, done. Or I can send it, so therefore you can say finality of the transaction occurred once it was in the block. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, first my videos about how blockchain works. But basically, final confirmation or finality of the transaction occurs once it's in the block. Because before it's in the block, it's in what's called a mempool or memory pool. So generally speaking, good wallets allows you to cancel transactions as long as it's in a memory pool. So if that's the case, you just send it, wait until it's confirmed. Once it's confirmed, you take the money in cash and done. That's hand to hand, immediate. Another way of doing it is by sending it to the mempool, but remove the what's called replace by fee function, meaning that once I've sent it, I can't cancel it anymore. Although it's not in the block, it can't be cancelled. So once I've sent it, it is final. It can't be undone. It's finished. So I can just press send, I receive the cash, done. That's hand to hand. A third way of doing it is using what's called an open dime. Open dime is like a little USB stick, and the wallet is on the stick, so you can actually put Bitcoin on the USB stick. And if you want to withdraw or spend the money, you have to kind of break a piece of the stick so that reveals the private key. But if it's not broken, it's just within the stick, and you can say it's here. So if I give you the actual stick, I no longer have it. So again, I can put Bitcoin on this USB stick. I collect the money from you, I give you the stick, hand to hand. Instant. Yad and biyad. So what's the objection? Bitcoin can and does happen hand to hand. And there's another way of doing it. So if you have Bitcoin, well, basically that's it. But then you have fiat as a bank deposit. This is where this objection kind of backfires. If I go to the ATM and then we want to withdraw some cash, so I'm in Oman and I want to withdraw some cash in Omani, whatever the money is, dirhams or whatever, dinar or whatever the currency is. and I only have fiat pounds in my bank account. So I go to ATM and I withdraw the local currency and the money comes out my bank account. But that's not instant. That's not how fiat works. Cross-border transaction or any bank transaction doesn't happen instantaneously. Final transaction or finality of the transaction takes days. You may feel that the money is final because you can no longer see it in your bank account, but finality of the transaction takes days. And I don't see no one objecting to that one. Has the Shaykh said you can't withdraw your cash from an ATM in another country because not yadan biyad? I mean, that is the case. That is the reality. It's not yadan biyad. You have the cash in your hand, but the bank hasn't received the cash from you. As in, I've gone to Rajhi bank account in Saudi Arabia and I've withdrawn money. So Rajhi's given me the cash, but Rajhi hasn't received the cash from my bank account. So that's not yadan biyad. So again, we have another example of double standards. Imagine I transferred money from my account. So I transferred my pounds to whatever currency and I received another currency. Again, that's not, bank transfers are not final. It takes days to finalize. Again, that's not yadan biyad. So the whole banking system is based on liabilities. Whereas Bitcoin is a bearer asset. Meaning that once I send it and you receive it, it's final. You've received the actual thing that contains the value. Where the bank transfer, you only transferring the liability that money is owed. And it becomes final after a period of time. So no, Shaykh, unfortunately, it's not the same. And on top of that, if you want to compare like for like, if I was to convert my Bitcoin to Ethereum, I'll do so on an exchange. And that exchange is also instant because both the Ethereum and the Bitcoin is on their books. And when I sell one for the other, the transaction happens instantly. And I can withdraw the Bitcoin or the Ethereum immediately. Or I can use a decentralized exchange where I exchange Ethereum for sand or mana. So my money goes into the pot and my money comes out and it's instant. So actually, yadan biyad, hand to hand instant transaction, actually it does occur on crypto or on Bitcoin, not on fiat from the banking side of it. Yeah, fiat in cash in hand, fair enough, but not from the banking side, which is the majority of the way in which we spend and use our money. So again, this objection is not true.
In virtual currencies, you don't have this. The transfer is not simultaneous and you don't have anything physical to hold on to.
So yeah, as you've seen already, that's just not true. And you do have something physical to hold on to. I mean, if you want to go be pedantic about it, you do have something physical to hold on to. I.e., you have private keys that is in my hand, these 12 words or 24 words, and money has been transferred to these words, and it's in my hand. I can memorize it, and that's in my head. It is instant, and I can actually possess it, and that was what Bitcoin achieved. Bitcoin achieved for the first time possession in the virtual, because before that there was no way to have that because we couldn't solve what's called a double spend problem. I have other videos which can refer to about that. So here we see another issue with another objection which is not really valid. Anyway, let's move on.